You have subtitles on? Yeah, I think they're super important, and I really appreciate streams with subtitles, so I make sure I have them whenever possible.
Father.
No, you should do it.
We do it together.
Oh, that's so much cuter.
Son.
Thank you so much for that follow. I'm hard of hearing. Oh, welcome in. Hi, I'm Stephanie, please, and today I'm going to be going over webcaptioner.com, which is what I use to get those little captions right in the right-hand corner. So I'm going to talk a little bit about why you want to use captions on your streaming services and how to set them up. Let's get into it. If you're watching this video, you're probably already pretty interested in using web captioning services, but just in case someone sees this and they're kind of on the fence, or they weren't planning on using captioning services, I really want to tell you that they mean a lot to people who are hard of hearing, to people who are deaf, to people who are trying to learn another language, for people who are trying to lurk at work. Like, it makes everyone's life so much easier when you use captioning. And I'm gonna go through ways to prevent the popular problems with closed captioning. So if your only problem with it is it's not aesthetically pleasing, you can make it look okay. You can make it almost not noticeable to people, I promise. And there are people who come by and who subscribe to my channel, who give me donations and things, who follow me and bump me up on Twitter just because I use closed captioning. There shouldn't be areas of the internet that people can't access, and right now, unless you're putting up closed captions, a lot of people can't access what you're putting out. So just as much as possible, to be kind, to be smart, to be on the cutting edge, please use closed captioning, whether it's through webcaptioner.com, with whom I don't have any relationship, I just like their product, or another service. Yeah, please. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to set this up now that you really want to, because there's a lot of freaking great reasons to do it. So what you need to do first is just go to webcaptioner.com. Pretty simple. It's a really gorgeous website that is pretty easy to navigate. They're honestly really on top of it with how their site looks. So I don't need to ask a question right now, but if you need to, you can use that. This is showing you sort of how the program works, etc. Impressively accurate speech-to-text transcription. Yeah, there's going to be mistakes always in captioning services. You can't account for accents and turns of phrases and all that stuff. But if 1 in 100 words is wrong, that's still 99 words that someone who couldn't hear before can now experience. Okay, so let's show y'all how to start captioning. Okay, so this is what it looks like for me. I've already signed in. So it's trying to pick up for two different things. We're gonna see how this goes, but you can go to settings, and I'm gonna show you something really important. And for some reason I'm having an issue with this censor profane language selection. So what it should do is replace censored words, and I've got word replacements as well that should be censored out. I'm gonna test it here by switching my mic over. Fuck. There we go. It works. Bitch. Ho. Okay, so it didn't catch it. So it won't catch all words. It's not perfect, it's not magic, but it works pretty well. So even if you are afraid something's gonna come out, Web Captioner will kind of cover for you there. So yeah, as you can see, I've got an issue right here where it says too quiet. I'm not sure why my microphone is too quiet. I just got a new mic. I got a replacement mic, and I think I'm having some issues with its input. But one of the things that you can troubleshoot if your mic is coming out too quiet is going into your settings and generally just checking the output volume for your or actually the input volume for your microphone. So that was for me one of the big ways I was having issues with Web Captioner. I was too quiet, and it wasn't able to catch me. So let's go through now what happens when you're trying to put this into your stream, because I've been using this box and like doing all this stuff, right? But if you don't know how to do this, it's going to be really complicated. So I'm going to walk you through setting up. This stuff. I'm using Streamlabs OBS, but this shouldn't be too much different if you're using a different program like Stream Elements or OBS generally. As you can see, I've got sort of like groups of things here. What we're looking at specifically is just a general window capture. I didn't even name it creative things because it is my window capture that I always know about. I've got it right underneath me. So this is kind of like my normal standard stream screen. There'll be like gameplay behind me, and then I've got my two things of text. So I've got my captions, and then I've got my chat. I'll tell why I like having chat on stream in another video, but yeah, for right now, just like know that's kind of where I like to have it. I think it's the easiest to either look at or ignore. Let me show you how to create this. So you just go to add a source, you click window capture, and then for you, if you haven't done this before, you'd add a new source instead, name it Web Captioner or whatever you want to name it. And then you would add the source and it would take you to here. So I've selected Web Captioner. I've cropped the box so you can't see the bottom there. So one thing to keep in mind when doing this is that the bottom part of the window will normally show when you refresh, and as soon as you start talking, that bottom part will disappear. So you have to be careful with how you crop the box. I'll demonstrate right now. Okay, you see how it just like disappeared? It's a little bit frustrating and kind of like weird, but just like before editing and cropping the box, talk for a second. One thing to keep in mind is that the size of your box is directly correlated to the size of the window for the program itself. Sorry, I hit the mic. So as I'm making the like general window for the program larger and smaller, it's changing it there on the screen with me. So what you want to watch out for is changing the dimensions of the box without properly adjusting. If you want to change the way it looks and you want to change the opacity, what you'll do is go to filters, color correction, and you can add that through adding source filters, color correction, and because I already have that, I'm not going to add another one. You just change the opacity. So I had it originally at 63. So you can also set up the appearance. So you can change the font color and text. I just like the black and white. I think it's really clean. You can change all these different things with how it looks, whether it has color and the shadow of the text. What I do also is I have, after 2 seconds of no audio while captioning, it should add 3 line breaks. This kind of makes it cleaner so that like the words should just kind of disappear when this box is at its normal height. So it's different than it usually is. Normally I have 2 lines of text showing, which I think it shows enough of what I've just said to let like viewers catch up with me, but it's not so long that it's overwhelming. Like this paragraph right here is kind of a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial for how to use Web Captioner. Accessibility is really important, not just to me, but to a lot of different people on Twitch. Something so small that I think everyone who's streaming from a PC can do and can do pretty easily. So I highly recommend looking into it. And yeah, if you want to come by and see me stream in the future within my captions, I stream on Twitch and would love to have you come by and be part of the community. If you want to stay up to date with what I'm doing, feel free to subscribe here, check me out on Twitter or Instagram. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day.